Hey Dan, did you play Mario Odyssey?
Yeah,
What did you think?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
It was so. It was just fun. That was the entire game. The entire game is just so much fun.
If it's not fun, why bother?
I had fun that entire game.
It was like something you've never seen before from a Mario game.
Yeah,
That's all I ever wanted.
there was real people. Honestly, that's the first Mario game. This is the first Mario game I've bought since I think Sunshine.
Yeah, because all the other ones were like very casual affairs that didn't really do any. They didn't do anything iconic. They just kind of coasted for a while, and then
Yeah,
this game was like, oh yeah, we're Mario. We set the fucking bar.
Mario is to games to what Mad Max is to like car movies.
The best one.
Yeah, it's like everyone starts out, it's like, oh, this is, oh, Mad Max, yeah, okay, yeah. And then a bunch of car movies get made after Mad Max. And then, like, George Miller has to come back and be like, alright, this is how you really do a car movie.
Oh.
And then he makes Fury Road.
Oh, I think that happened with like one of the Godzilla movies. Like there was a oh fuck. That's right.
Yeah, it was
There
like
was
the
a-
last one. It's
the
like
last
the last two huge Godzilla movies were American. And then, like, Japan just had to come back and be like, alright, this is how you fucking do a Godzilla movie, alright? This is how you movie about a giant radioactive lizard. I don't know how you fuck that up. It's great, because, like, you spend, like, the first, like, 10 minutes of every single level being an idiot and just going around and throwing your hat at
Yeah.
everything.
It's like the first GTA-esque Mario where you're just like fucking around. Like, what can I do?
Yeah.
It goes back to like Sunshine and 64, but it evolved even past that. Because like before, they had the Banjo-Kazooie games, and the Banjo-Kazooie games are like, if you get a Jiggy, well, you got a Jiggy. Just keep going through the level, get more Jiggies. But with Mario 64 and Sunshine and Galaxy, it's like, okay, you got a star, get the fuck out, time to go back the fuck in. But this game was like, yeah, why are we doing that? Why can't we just do what these guys are doing?
They really, like, went back and looked at every, like, I feel like not even, like, Mario games, but, like, successful just games in general in the same genre, kind of. How do these work? What can we take? How can we change Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg so people buy it? Oh, we make a chain chomp.
Ukulele, the enemies with googly eyes. Never played the game, but I saw those enemies and I was so fucking disappointed by them. Because it's a pair of googly eyes that just latch onto things. Imagine the possibilities that they could have, but all they do with those stupid googly eyes is they latch onto something, they start spinning, and then the thing that's spinning comes towards you. They don't do anything different with it. It's just they possess one thing, and then it comes towards you.
Yeah.
You could have done so many different things with that. You know what game actually like maximized the potential of googly eyes on things? Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
Because they took that idea and they just made an entire game around it, and it's amazing.
The start of the game is just like there's no like bullshit setup almost. It's just like we're on a ship, Bowser's got Peach. What's gonna happen?
It almost it kind of felt like, wait, did I miss part of this? Did I like fast forward? And it's like, no, you don't need a setup. You just need to know Mario got his ass kicked.
Yeah. Bowser's gonna make an honest woman out of her. I love the aesthetic of the Cap Kingdom. It's great. I look at it and like I look at the background. You can see like the buildings like move in the background and just against the black, and then the building, the gray, the yellow of the lights just stand out, and like your eyes just kind of get adjusted to it. It reminds me of backgrounds in Scary Godmother.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. It's like it harkens back to like German expressionism. That whole theme.
Yeah.
Everything is very, dark and dreary, and it's all about like the mood. It's very moody. It's amazing how it's depressing without really being depressing. What was the crooked window from? Was that Caligari?
The Caligari, yeah, like windows and like shadows are like painted onto the wall,
Yeah, and that inspired Tim Burton's entire career.
which in turn inspires this game.
Because they didn't have any of like the crookedness, but like just everything about that game screamed Caligari, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah. It's almost like Deco,
Kind
like
of
Batman. It's kind of like the cross in between '89 Batman and the animated series.
The game really gets being a tourist, and that's the perspective, is you go to these other lands and maybe you don't quite understand it, maybe you've got like a weird view of it. Maybe not every level, but most of the levels have some kind of inspiration behind them of like the real world. Like there's the Sand Kingdom, a little bit of Egypt, a lot of Mexico, and then there's New Donk City, which is just, New York. They have like clear stereotype-ish stuff, but they also have stuff that's more modern and actually realistic about it. Like how in the Sand Kingdom, like all the NPCs, they've got like ponchos and sombreros and sugar skulls, and like they got the maracas, but then you go further into the level and there's like actual like Incan pyramids like you would actually find if you were taking a tour of anywhere in like South America. Same thing with like the New York level. Everybody looks like they're in like a Broadway musical from the 1960s, but then they also have all this modern technology. Everybody's got a laptop, everybody's got like a Starbucks or like a Star Kongs, whatever the fuck they call it. And I like that. I like that blending of the two. If you're going on a vacation to a part of the world, you're probably gonna see like a more, I don't even know, like a more gussied up version of it. Like people, they go to Texas and they want to get cowboy hats and cowboy boots, and that's how you know they're a tourist, because nobody does that. It's like, that's this whole game. Let's go to Italy. What, you mean the giant polygonal food land? Let's go to France. Oh, you mean the place with all the snails with the berets?
Yeah, no, that's a great way to look at it. It's like a tourist destination, and like they incorporate it in the game too, because like the pause menu or like your map locator is a brochure, and it has like weird fucking fun facts. The Cap Kingdom, what is it? It's the haberdashery.
The Haberdash land of fuck. What was it? The land of
Haberdashery.
The part with the chain chomps, like that was so cool. Like not only was that a nod to 64, because it's like one of the first levels, and the first thing you see is a chain chomp. But then also just the progression of like you can capture a chain chomp. Holy shit! Yeah, here's a chain chomp, but you've never used a chain chomp in this way before. You get to play like ping pong practically with the thing. You get to pull it back and then it fucking bashes into the rocks. And then you see like there's two more, and then in the middle of the other two chain chomps there's a big chain chomp. And you're like, fuck the little ones, I want the big one. And then you go up and you see the T-Rex, and you're like, fuck all these chain chomps, I want the T-Rex, I want to play the big... It just ramps up. That's this whole game, is it just ramps up the fun you're having. How much fun do you think you're having? Well, hold on to your fucking hats. No pun intended. Because we got some more fun, we got some fun stuff right in there. Oh, man.
One of the coolest things about Mario Odyssey, and everyone knew it was happening, and it was like the big thing in the trailer, and it's in like the first world you go to, but still, one of the coolest things, you get to be a T-Rex.
Yeah.
That's like one of the coolest things in the entire game.
I remember seeing the trailer, and like everybody thought, because it's the grassy field and then the T-Rex comes in, and everybody thought it was going to be like Monster Hunter. and then you saw a Mario
Yeah.
hat, and you were like, what the fuck?
The dinosaur was great. I loved playing with the dinosaur. Like, you just felt so invincible. Just like you were just smashing everything.
And it was really cool because that was one of the ones where, with all the other enemies, you can capture them and you can run around as long as you want. But with that one, the dinosaur is so big, Cappy's like, I can't fucking hold on to this thing. And then it ejects you out of it.
And that was cool. Like, they thought about what would happen in a realistic scenario. The game is filled to the brim with references and little details they put in, and all of them are put in there with, like, you know, care.
It's practically like, if you've ever been to, like, Disneyland, they have all these rides where, like, Disneyland doesn't even have, like, any rides. It's more just like, you get on a conveyor belt and you go through a room, and there's a bunch of shit in the room, and there's so much shit in the room that you have to go on, like, 3 or 4 times to just see all the little shit and all the hidden details and all the hidden Mickeys. But, like, Nintendo, that's this game. And they're just like Disney because they have such a rich number of properties. Like, Mario alone has had so many games, and they cram, like, all these little nods. Like, oh, did you catch this? Did you catch that? This suit is based on... All the suits, which... There are suits. You can customize your look for the first time ever. Every single suit is based on, like, a commercial or a game or some other thing or a character that you want to be in the game, but he's not.
You can have a Luigi suit.
You can't have a Luigi, but you can...
You can have a Luigi suit, but fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, you could get a balloon from the Luigi if you wanted.
That's great. Wow. That's right. Wow, I love that. Yeah, you just buy a balloon from Luigi. That's great. Good job.
He's got a snazzy little bow tie. Did you notice that?
No.
Well, I did. Because I'm a fucking psycho. The Brutals. They made bunnies. They made bunnies look like assholes. They gave them, like, Bowser's like a muzzle, and they all look like shit. They're like cute little bunny rabbits, but they look shitty. And I must say that was a very nice nod. It was a very nice Easter egg to the Rabbids, which are now officially part of the Mario canon, as you know, as you and I both know.
Yes.
I like how they had the moon everywhere. It was a nice nod to the wonderful Wii game Rabbids Go Home, which, as you know, was a game about the Rabbids going to the moon. And I was so pissed off when I didn't find a rabbit on that moon. No sir, I don't like it. Terrible game. 1 out of 10.
I hate the Wooded Kingdom. I don't hate the Wooded Kingdom. It's my least favorite level. I don't know, I just couldn't like it for some reason, except for the T-Rex. Because that was terrifying.
That was the scariest part. Because, like, I spoiled the fuck out of myself for the game, and I, like, saw the T-Rex. They actually did, like, a demo of that part, and the T-Rex was asleep, like the other one was. So I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of... Like, I saw the first one asleep, I'm like, well, that's kind of anticlimactic. And then, like, I wasn't playing it. Another person was playing it, and I got to experience it alongside them. And they went down into the woods where there was no, like... Because the map system is great, but there's literally nothing on the map. There's nothing marked down there, so you have to find your own way out.
Yeah.
And the T-Rex is awake down there, and that is the closest you'll ever get to a Mario jump. Other than the piano from 64, that's the closest you'll ever get to a fucking jump scare.
That piano, that is a reference to House. It has to be.
I have never seen House.
Well, you should.
Okay.
I have it. You should watch it.
No, because, like, everybody has that one thing that, like, that stupid thing in a childhood game that they're afraid of. I don't know why, but I used to be terrified of Pikmin. Maybe it was their like beady little eyes, but I couldn't watch. The commercial would come on and I'd go in the other room.
Oh, the actual Pikmin.
Yeah, the actual Pikmin, yeah. And like, there's so many people that talk about like, oh man, remember the part with the piano where you like bite they placed that red coin there because they knew what they were doing. And then like some people they're afraid of the eel, some people they were afraid of the chain chomp for some fucking reason. This T-Rex is gonna be the next generation's. Remember when I was a stupid fucking kid and then the T-Rex came and I didn't know what the fuck to do and I shit my pants? You need one. You need one of those in your childhood, like one of those. Like that was really fucking intense. I don't know what to do. They also have in the Seaside Kingdom. They've got, because the eel was one of the things that people are always talking about. Like, ooh, the eel was so scary, and I didn't really get it. But like, there's a part in the game where there's a cave. And literally there are 50 fucking eels coming out of every direction. And it's a modern game, so they're like legitimate, like they're huge fucking realistic moray eels. And you're just you've got to be like a little cheap and you're swimming around and you're like, I gotta not die.
Oh,
Paulina's in the game. Paulina hasn't done anything since Donkey Kong.
No. They made her like an actual... Like, there's a democracy. There's a democracy in this game.
Yeah. And like, Paulina... I don't understand why. Paulina is very underused, because she was in the first game and then she was in the movie.
What?
She was Mario's girlfriend in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
She what? Was that like at the first part?
That was through the whole movie.
No, I thought that was Daisy in the movie.
Daisy.
Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now.
I think it has been stated before that Peach and Mario are just friends. Mario just saves her because they're friends. Paulina is his legitimate girlfriend. Every time you save Paulina in Donkey Kong, there's like a little hug and kiss.
I guess so, yeah.
Paulina's just very underutilized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you just saying that because of the Mario movie?
No, Paulina's in the game. And I appreciate Paulina.
I like what they did with her character because she's actually like, you know...
She's the mayor!
Yeah, she used to just be like this kind of damsel in distress. But now they're like, oh, she's got like civic responsibility now.
I do like in New Donk City that there are the references to like Donkey Kong, like the actual game. Like Paulina is the mayor, and all the art on like the Broadway signs and then big signs are art reminiscent of the first Donkey Kong game.
And graffiti.
Yeah, and graffiti, and all the street names are named after all the Kongs.
All the Kong characters that are never in Mario games for some reason.
Yeah.
The Bowser level is different from all the other Bowser levels because it's not just a lava level, it's like a Japanese-themed world with poison. Like, just that little touch of changing lava to purple poison, it just makes the whole thing seem different because now there's a different color scheme.
Absolutely, it was fantastic. He has like a nice like dojo set, and it's really cool.
You got to be Bowser.
Yeah, you got to be Bowser and just destroy everything. Like nothing could stand in your way.
The only problem with that though is like, it was cool being Bowser, but the only thing that you were fighting against was rocks.
Yeah.
When I was playing it, I saw some things and I was like, yeah, this game, it kind of reminds me, it's kind of got like a Mario 64 vibe. You've got, you've got the Chain Chomps, you've got the Plessy, you've got the Nessie, you've got, there's like these striped poles, some subtle nods, some subtle references, and then you get to the post world after you beat the game, and it's just Peach's fucking castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can get into this. I can get into this a lot. I like this.
Yeah, you can get, like, his 64... Like, you can get all of his, like, polygonal goodness.
Ooh, his 64...
You can count all of the bits. There's 64 of them.
And you thought those polygons were polygon. But nope, they're back again. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Because there's even... Did you get to the part... Because there's a toad who's guarding a door.
Yeah, all those toads that you need the outfit to unlock the door, yeah.
Because they're like, this is cosmetic, but we need some reason. We need some justifiable reason to have this in the game. Because Nintendo's all about, like, gameplay. And that's very good. That's a very good mindset to have. But there's a part in the Mushroom Kingdom where you go by the toad who's wearing, like, the 64 hat. And then in the door he's guarding, you go through the door, and it's literally the Mario 64 courtyard. You know the part where you go down and you follow the boo? It's just the fucking courtyard. It's just the back. I don't know what you call it.
And there's a boo! Yeah, it's like a garden or something, yeah. And, like, yeah, there's a boo there, too.
There is?
Yeah. Isn't there a boo?
No!
All I know is that the trees are 2D sprites, and that's good enough for me.
Ah, it's so good. I loved it. No, it was great, because, like, all the places exist on the one planet. Like, they're not different, like, worlds, they're different, countries, or, landmarks of the same planet. And that was really cool. And, I mean, of course, if you're gonna make different places in a game, you need different people to, like, inhabit it. But, like, they look comfortable. Of course, these people exist in this world, and of course, they're still existing.
Man, they had a lot of cool the fact that they just had NPCs that were different is so great. And then the more moons you get at the beginning of the game, Bowser ruined all the ships in the Cap Kingdom.
Yeah, because when you go back to the Cap Kingdom, you can see all the other ships, like, flying around.
So people start, like, migrating to other lands, so you'll see the new Donkers in, like, the Gear Forest, and you'll see stuff, and then you get to have, like, even cuter little interactions. Like, there's one part where there's the fork people from the food level, and they're in the Wooded Kingdom, and they're looking at, like, a little lake with a Cheep in it, and they're going, see, that's where seafood comes from, guys. There's 3 sheep herding minigames. One is in the Sand Kingdom, and then there's another one hidden in, like, the Wooded Kingdom, but that one is bullshit hard. Then there's one last one in the Mushroom Kingdom. Each farmer in that game is like, oh, my sheep are gone, help please do my job for me. And then you get to see them all at the end. They're all in the Mushroom Kingdom, like, beside each other. And they don't even need to say anything, because I'm already making up a story about, like, the 3 of them trying to, like, give each other shitty advice, like, the real trick is to not let them leave the pen. But, like, I love that they're just together. It makes them feel like they're friends. You don't even need to do anything, you just have to have them beside each other, and it's like, wow, this is a world.
Hey, Mario! Oh, Mario? Ah. Oh. Oh. Mia vida! Ah. Yes!
I really love, speaking of that aspect, I really love, once you beat the game, Peach, like, isn't in the castle, and you're told, like, she's still off somewhere. And, like, you go back, and you can see Peach and Tiara, like, you go up and talk to her, like, oh, hey, Mario, oh, you know, we're just traveling around the world, we're just, you know, going, you know, doing whatever, we're having a vacation. It's like, oh, this terrible event brought them closer together, and now they're friends. I can respect that.
Are we gonna get a DLC like Peach and fucking Tiara's adventure?
Yes. They get a phone booth, they travel all over the galaxy. I felt like Mario and Cappy, they kind of like, oh, they became friends, but like the majority of it was like, we gotta go rescue these girls. But like, you know, Princess and Tiara they just became friends. And like, Bowser just got like a slap on the wrist or something?
He did. I mean, he kind of always does anyway, so...
Bowser is just Swiper. He's just like, oh, Bowser, no swiping. It's like, oh! And he like puts her down and he like flounders off.
They don't give a shit. They're like, oh, well, he'll be back tomorrow for go-karting. It'll be a fun time. A fun time for all of us. Like at the very end, where like they're both proposing at the same time, and Peach just like, she like flakes the both of them off, like, no, fuck the both of you. And it's like, yeah, because both of those two guys are equally the same to you in this regard. I understand that. I don't know. It's like one of those, you know, because it's a cartoon. It's like one of those things where the villain and the hero are almost like forces of nature, and like at the end, everything just kind of resets. So many people, they were like, oh man, I can't wait for a 64 game. I can't wait for another 64 game. And I was the crazy tinfoil hat man going, no, don't wish for a 64 game, cause then you'll just get Mario 64. You'll just get a watered down bullshit, like, here's the grass level. You can go and explore the grass level, there's nothing there. Here's the ice level, there's nothing there, there's nothing cool there. But you can get stars. But then this one, it fucking did something different.
Yeah. It's just a great game. It was so much fun. I'm glad I got it. I thought I was just gonna like get it and then I play it every now and then. But like I sat down and I played it like all the way through. Like I loved it. Can I just say, if this was the last Mario game made, I would be okay with that.